we have all the information that we need when it comes to this, right? When it comes to understanding how to be, when it comes to letting go and enjoying the process of life, we don't need any more information in that. We already have all that stuff. So but what we do is we try to consume all this information. We're like rabid consumers. We're really, whether we've been programmed to do it or what, maybe it's just the human nature to try to take in stuff and try to take in stuff and take in stuff. But what has happened is that we're so full of information, so full of knowledge, that our stomachs are full. It's like we have an upset stomach. And what we're going out to do is we're trying to find more information on how to cure our upset stomach. Where really what we need to do is digest what we have now. So what I'm really feeding you is just a bunch of air. I'm feeding you help on how to digest what you already have now, because everything is already within you, you see. When you can digest and let it flow through you, then you start feeling better. That's the real cure. The real medicine is you digesting your own knowledge, you going through the digestive process, see? And then the upset stomach starts going away without having to take anything. It's not information for you to go out and do something and for you to take the next steps to become this guy where you're eventually going to be happy. Because all of this effort, all of this thought that we're spending way in the future, it's fine to do that. It's fine to plan for things in the future. But if all you're doing is planning for things into the future, you're never going to be able to enjoy it once you get there, because you've never learned the process of how to enjoy things now. See, learning how to enjoy things right now, learning how to appreciate what's happening right now is the key. You can do all the planning and all that stuff and make yourself a better person. All that stuff is very important. But like I said, unless you know how to appreciate it right now, how to experience it now, when you actually get to that point, you're not going to be able to experience it. You're going to be chasing and chasing and chasing. You're going to get to that goalpost, and you're going to enjoy it for about 5 seconds, and then you're going to say, okay, well, not good enough, because you've put yourself in the mindset of not good enough now, have to be somewhere later. So once you get to that second goalpost, enjoy it for a second, and then you say, okay, well, now I've enjoyed that for a second. Now I have to go somewhere else, and I have to go somewhere else, and I have to go somewhere else. And you're running and running and running and running, and you're on a race. You're on a race by yourself to your own grave. So, again, what I'm doing is I'm feeding you the air. I'm feeding you everything that you don't need in order to get to what you want.
So what do I need?
That's a good question. I'm not here to tell you what you need. I mean, I think we think we need so many things, right? We think we need this and we need that and we need blah, blah, blah. And we have all these wants and all these desires. And there's really 2 stages in realizing what our wants are. One is, well, you've never really thought about what you really want. You've never really thought about what you desire, so you go after it. Now, once you've done that for a while and you've achieved some of these goals, you come back to it and you say, well, okay, I had these 3 desires, I had these 3 wants, and man, maybe that really wasn't what I wanted after all. Didn't really make me happy, right? So what we do is then we create a new set of wants, and we have new desires, and then we achieve those and we say, you know what? That didn't really make me happy either. Maybe that really wasn't what I wanted. So the question is, do we really know what we want? At what point do we know what we want? So there might be 2 reasons. One, what you really, really want, maybe you already have it. And 2, maybe you don't know what you want, because maybe you don't really know yourself. You see, when I look at you, Jimmy, and you look at me, I can see you in this moment more clearly than you've ever seen yourself. The closest you can come to seeing yourself is looking at yourself in the mirror, right? But you've never actually been able to see yourself. You can't see your own eyeballs. It's impossible, because your eyeballs are the mechanism by which you see. And you can see me more clearly than I've ever been able to see myself. You see, we go together. So in this experience that we're having, we need each other. Were my glasses on my head? Mm-hmm. Can't remember. You weren't this close. Were you this close? You were definitely way farther away.
I'm just messing with you now.
We're always going around, and this is a really big problem, I think, is that we're going around looking for that one little piece of advice. It's like we're doing great work and we're almost there, but we're looking for that one little piece of advice that's going to push us over the edge. Just that one, it's like we're doing really well now, we can see we've made a lot of progress, but just that little bit more, and then we'll have made it.